Hello everyone, welcome back. I've brought in this myrtle, little mini myrtle today to give it a bit of a clean up. You see it's getting pretty full, like bush-like again, so we need to thin it out. Monk there will take him out for now. Yeah, it's starting to all kind of gel together again, so we need to prune it back, get it back into shape, and work on the landscape because it's getting a bit messy and weedy again. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we will just move these rocks out of the way. I'm just gonna just check something. Okay, I'm just gonna put a bit of kitchen towel over the pot because when I prune this, there's gonna be a lot of tiny little leaves falling, and then I have to spend the time picking them all out of the landscape kind of thing. So I'll just do that, so then at least it's easy to clean off. Okay, so as always with this, I'll kind of prune it into small individual little pads kind of thing, so they're not just big pads. Try and get the more kind of individual little ones you get, the more miniaturized it looks. So just want to just kind of separate each pad into as many smaller ones without going too crazy. See where there's different branches, I'll try and work on each branch individually. So I'll prune that one back, and then I'll prune this one, and then I'll prune this one separate, so that we kind of create individual little pads. So something like that. Gotta be kind of careful when you're pulling on the branches because it's quite brittle, this tree. The branches on it. Take any downward facing growth. I'll bring the camera in a bit tight closer so you can see what's going on. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that now, how it's starting to look a bit more like individual pads rather than one big one. So do the same with this one here. Again, as you can see, that it looks like one big pad. So we'll just prune it like this. You cutting it like this, you will get a little bit of browning on the where you've cut the leaves, but it doesn't take long before it greens up again. And then we'll get this one carefully, do the same again. So that take out the downward facing one. And again, same with this one. And then more up here, we'll bring this one back. This is starting to become one of my favourite trees, if not the favourite tree, even though it's just a small little tree. I do love it. Probably because I know where it started and I knew what it looked like when I got it first. It was basically just a twig, and I've slowly but surely trained it into this tree form, which makes it kind of my favourite, because I think it's really starting to take some mature looking shape. I did lose one branch which I was pretty disgusted about, bird or something had broke it like that, the branches can be quite brittle, and the bird or something must have landed on it and snapped it, which did mean I had to cross this branch here. It's kind of crossing the trunk in here, this back trunk, which isn't great, but that's all I can do. That's all I could do really. It's the only branch I had to work with, so I had to maneuver it over to fill the gap. Otherwise I had a huge hole here and there was no way of filling it. Okay, so you can kind of see there now, hopefully, how different that looks. You can see the little individual pads I've done rather than having it all as one solid clump. So we'll keep going around. I'll do this one up here, same method. Try and divide them, pruning back the branches that are going towards each other if you can. And then same up here. It's a little bit fiddly, but definitely worth it in the long run. And this one, just I'm just kind of rounding each little pad just to give it a little bit of shape. Okay, so I'll just keep going with this and then we'll come back and have a look at it. Okay, so hopefully you can kind of see the difference there now. You can see that side in comparison to that side where it's all clumped. So we're starting to get there. You can also see why I put the paper towel in here. Just stops all that lot from falling onto you. A little bit of a landscape or whatever. Okay, so I'll just keep going again like that, just to show you again what I'm doing. I'm just getting a branch like that and see it's all one branch, and then just dividing where it's separated and just kind of rounding off each segment like that, trying to kind of do them different heights as well so that they look a little bit different, to kind of give it a different dimension. Come into each individual and cut between them, taking out ends in between, rounding them off. Like so. I'll just keep going with that. So I'll keep going. We'll come back in a bit. Okay, just on to the last bit now. As you can see up there, so this last little piece to do, and then it'll be all done. So again, right to the last top piece, we'll divide it up, just carefully create individual little, basically like little tufts of foliage. This looks best when it's just starting to grow back in. So it's not too neat as it will be when it's finished. All neatly chopped, it will have a bit, slight bit of growth on it. Okay, so we're looking kind of good now. Do have a few bits that are hanging down inside here. We can get into them. Bits of web, spider's web or something just holding on to some bits inside here. Okay, so that's the tree done, trimmed, and now we can just make sure we definitely get all the bits out of it. Okay, so now we'll just have a look at the base of it, see what we're looking at. Okay, there's a fair bit of weeding that in it, so we'll give it a bit of a weeding. You can barely make out the path with the amount of moss on it, but to be honest, I kind of wanted that. Just clean it back a little bit here and there, but I wanted the moss to kind of take over a bit. Some of this moss has died off, so we'll take some of that out. Let's see, can we replace it with some new stuff? Stuff isn't too bad, just needs a bit of watering. You know, passes. If I can brush it maybe. And to lay the path, I put sand down and then just laid these little mini bricks on top of the sand, which is okay, but as you can see they come up very easily, which can be a nuisance until they eventually settle down properly. Replace some of this moss here too, it's not looking great. Take this bit out, I don't know if we'll reuse it or not, but we'll have a look. Clean it around the trunk. The only thing about this tree is the root base is not great on it. It's very tangled up roots. It is what it is now. I have to make do with what we've got. Take out all this weeds and old moss out the back. Grub there, I think we better give this a spray in because we definitely don't want to have anything eating our roots of this tree. Okay, I'm just going to level out that sand a bit. So can we clean off the trunk. It's starting to get that reddy coloured bark now. Okay. Now, I always had this monk on this planting, and thinking to miniaturize it a bit, I want to switch it to the smaller monk, this guy. Just give the tree, make the tree look bigger again. So what I need to do is give him somewhere to sit. So what I've done, rather than put the bricks down like this, I got some mesh, some of this mesh. See there, it's got tiny holes in it, and I used double-sided tape and I stuck the bricks to it, so it's still flexible, but at least they'll stay together. And I've done the same here. So what I'm going to do now is just cut around them. Don't actually have to be too precise. I was going to do it individually around them, but it doesn't have to be, because we're going to be putting sand around them anyway. So what I was thinking is putting this somewhere like here for him to sit on, but I would need a path to that. So maybe I put that path there like that, and then that there, so he has a place to sit. And if we take away this moss a minute, so what I need to do is just give it a little base layer of sand or something, just to level it out. So we'll get some sand. I think I have some coarse sand here somewhere. This sand is quite coarse, it doesn't clump together like ordinary sand, so lets the water and moisture through it. So we'll just put that down first as a base layer, just to level it out. Okay, so that's kind of got that bit level. So now we put our little path in, the path there like that. That'll let the moisture through with the mesh. Then we can put our little platform there where we can sit him looking up at the tree like that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, I have these rocks that I made out of it's like a plastic stuff, clay, that you mould and then you bake it in the oven. So I'm just going to put a couple of them around, just to add some sort of a design to it, something like that. And then we'll just put in some of this nice moss we've got. Right here. This front bit, because what I want to do is fill in around them with sand. We can maybe put a little bit there, side of the path there, and a little bit back there. Stuff here, we'll put in here just to finish off this path. Just cut off the bottom of that a bit. old path is still here. A bit grubby looking. Maybe I'll redo this path as well sometime in the same way. Another little bit of that's back there. Nice little piece of moss at the back corner there. Go down a bit. Like that. And now I have this little bag I got of really fine sand, so we'll pour that into the, straighten that up so it's like that. Pour that into the path like that, fill in all the gaps. I'll just rub that in gently. At least now the paths, the bricks don't all keep lifting up and falling apart on me. But it'll still let the moisture through, and I'll still get some moss growing on it. Now, just going to check something. Okay, so I've got this white sand, so I'll use that for around the stones. Like it's a little Japanese garden. So just carefully put that around the rocks. Around the moss there. If we get some more moss, we might put some more down this edge here somewhere, just to kind of break up the path a little bit, just here. Okay, we're just filling this off with the fine moss too, with the fine sand, I mean, white stuff. Just separate it from the sand in the path to make it a Japanese garden look. Now, just going to straighten that out. Here, a little bit on this edge here. I must get one of my painting palette knives out, would be a better job for this. Just to pat it down. I'll have a look later to see if I can find one. Kicking them around somewhere. Just to level it. Once I water it, it'll level itself anyway. But this is just, if I was putting it in a show, this is how I'd get it ready. Probably will put this in a show one day. And then once this goes out in the garden and gets a bit of rain on it and stuff, it won't be long washing all this sand away. Although it seems to stay on the top for quite a while. I'll wash some of that sides away a bit. Okay, maybe put some of this brownie sand to fill the gaps of this path as well. I never have water in my water bottles whenever I'm doing a video. I'll get along with some water. Okay, got some water again. So we'll just wash that sand into the you can just about make out that path. Okay, so I think we'll leave it at that. I wanted it to look kind of a bit like a little Japanese garden, so hopefully it's getting there. So bring a little bit of this also to you. Just pack it in there. What I'll do is I'll try and find some more of this nice green stuff, maybe put a little bit on the edge there. That's all that's left to do. Put it on little monk so you can sit there looking up at the tree. Just, I think, gives the tree a little bit more, makes the tree look a little bit bigger. Can't really see it too good, but that'll be how it stays for this time. I did lose a branch back here as well, but I've slowly but surely filling this one out, so it's starting to fill the gap. There's a lot more light getting in, and there's still a fair bit hanging down from the cobwebs in there. I'm sure the wind will blow them out now. So definitely got to keep on top of the pruning of this, otherwise eventually it'll just look like a bush and you'd lose all your in the branches, in the leaves and stuff, and it wouldn't look too great. So I think that one we can say is done. So as always guys, if you like my videos, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and get my subscribers up, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.